Aloha and welcome. My name is Twizzle. I will be your resource for you and yours while we help the humans. I regret to inform you that things are so much worse than we thought that they were going to be. And things have only gotten worse as the 36 years I've been here has gone on. Okay, so the imbalance of resources is really hard to describe without just like blaming specific people, because there's a handful of people who have basically all of the financial resources, and that means they control all of the resources. And there are people, lots of people, lots and lots, and a big percentage of people who live here with almost nothing. So we're dealing with a huge disparity of income and resources. Um, Discrimination against the females has always been since the early days, since humans stopped being hunter gatherers. They haven't figured out how to coexist. The males have not figured out how to coexist with the females. It's really, there's a lot going on. In addition to that, when given the opportunity, um, the males will create prejudice, exploitation, marginalization, slavery, you name it, of different ethnicities as well. So it's not just the women who have taken a lot of exploitation and harm, it's also all people of huge groups. So we're dealing with we're dealing with cults, which are groups who use some external force to control, manipulate, and hoard resources. Um, Currently, the US is turning more and more into an oligarchy, and the divide deepens. Things are quickly devolving. So I'm trying to think of like where to go. I have a plan. The plan right now is we are going to um, we are going to support the females, and we are going to teach them to center themselves. So basically, when men became centered, it stopped being community and child centered, and it became male centered, especially adult male centered. So we have to support the females, the XXs. Um, as you remember, females are XX, males are XYs. Oops, sorry. My cat wants to go in her spot, and I put a whiteboard in her spot. Now she can't go in her spot. We have to build community with the females, and support their building of community, right? Female community is at the forefront of everything that is good in the world for humans. So we have to help them help themselves. Okay. Let me see what the next thing was. Oh, so as far as helping goes, a lot of goblins, as we're known here, I didn't mention that yet. So we're known as goblins here. Um, do what that do with that what you will. Do whatever the thing is. Um, blending in will be challenging. One way to blend in is uh, we're we would be known as like we're autistic, and we're also non-binary, and we're also feminists. Although like there is a mark of feminism, which is the acknowledgement that because men have let themselves devolve in thinking so much to the degree at which they remove themselves from logic on a consistent, regular, daily, momentary basis, right? Of just believing like anger's not an emotion, for instance. Like they get upset, they get angry, but they don't believe that they become emotional. Like they separate themselves from the idea of like being emotional, right? And then they go into a person's comments or a goblin's comments and they uh, have a bunch of feely feelings, but you know, they're not emotional, quote unquote. Well, anyway, having a hard time, you guys. Um, where was I? Oh, that's the other thing. So a lot of people are going to need help. When you come here and you want to get to help and get to step in, wherever you find yourself, there's not going to be a good way for you to start your own organization in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, you're going to need to do your research, find other organizations that align themselves with what you're already going to do, and then attach yourself to them in a way that you can accomplish your goals while still maintaining the status quo. It's it's complicated, and you know, we want to make our own mark on the world. I get that. But you're not going to get to start your own thing. You have to work with what's already there. Especially because there's already dozens of people in your area already trying to do the same shit you're already trying to do. So just like, get with it or something. And if there's not, then I'm sure you already know about it because you're watching everything crumble around you. But if you're not sure about what's out there, then that means there's probably stuff already out there. Okay. Um, so, um, okay. So as far as building community goes, the adults and the kids alike need places and things to do that don't involve spending money. So that's part of our community building is addressing that issue. Okay, kids activities um, inside and outside of school are vital, and summer programs are going to be really big too. Um, because here, so here the young children don't, and the older children, they don't go to school year round like goblins. They have huge breaks throughout the school year that often means they have nothing to do that doesn't involve spending money or doesn't involve a screen. There's usually very little for them to do, which is why summer programs are important because that's when they usually take breaks. The biggest break. Okay, so pets and plants should not be overlooked here. Make sure you have your own pets and plants that are within your skill level. And if you're not sure where to start, then plants are where you start, like a succulent. The most important thing with a succulent though is that people mess it up. So I know we're gonna mess it up. It's better to underwater succulents than overwater them. Or overwatering them will kill them. underwatering them will just remind them that they belong in the desert. Okay, because they do. They're desert plants. So underwatering them is always better than overwatering succulents, as far as I understand. Okay, art and music. Okay, so art and music are going to be vital to your well-being. Oh, art and music here are so important. Okay, and humans forget that art and music are supposed to be fundamental parts of their life, and it's not supposed to be able to be measured against other art and music. Okay, it's supposed to be able to stand on its own and be appreciated for what it is, even if it doesn't fit typical art and music standards. So, a lot of humans think that because they're not traditionally good at some things, that means they shouldn't do them. Which, they are raised to some degree understanding the idea that when they practice things, they will get better at them. But I think a lot of things they assume there's like a lot of natural talent that you have to be born with in order to like really want to or enjoy doing stuff. And I think that that's an unhealthy attitude. And I think being bad at things and doing them anyway is, or even being not great at them and being okay at them and not being like the best, but being decent or being, you know, being anything that you are is okay. The level, okay, right? I went off on a tangent. Okay. So art and music, very important. If they forget that, we need to remind them until the cows come home. Also, that's a fun phrase that you'll hear sometimes. Okay, so Operation Femme was this operation specifically created for the Christmas holiday season, but it was never meant to only be for that time. It was really getting the wheels turning, the ball rolling for better and bigger things. And some of the ways we can just keep doing the same stuff that we were doing in FemFreeze, which I have in my notes. I just don't know where I put that information. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So Operation FemFreeze, taking away our money and our presence from bars and nightclubs, dating apps, consumer spending, because we spend more than any other group. Okay. Social media and interacting with with guys, with men, with males, with XYs. I don't actually discuss with people in the comments that comment negative stuff because I don't have the capacity to deal with it. I don't need to, so I don't. I do want to remind everyone that it is not your job to change people's minds, because arguing with the humans is not going to work, especially the men. Okay, the males are not here to learn new things. Okay, we're not here to teach the men new things. We're here to help the ladies and the children. Okay, and I know it's like half the kids are boys. I understand that, but you'll be able to tell which of the males are reasonable and which ones aren't. Okay. We also, as part of Operation FemFreeze, we're also earning as much as we're worth. We are talking about our wages openly with others at work. Um, we're done earning below our worth. And for a lot of women, that's going to mean increasing their prices some to be more competitive. But let me think for a second in case there was anything else. So again, I think that's everything. Thank you for joining my crew. You can follow me on all my social medias at the Twizzl. If you need anything from me, that's why I'm here, as your resource. So contact me in some fashion. I do not have money for anyone. You know, headquarters is in charge of that, so please don't ask me for money. The cards are stacked against us with helping the humans, but I'm really hoping we can convince they call them 1%ers here, because they're like literally like 1%, less than 1% of the population hoards all of the money. So we really want the 1%ers, or even like the people who are just outside the 1%, the other rich people, to donate and to change the imbalance of resources. More information on that to come, because that's obviously like the big thing that we're going to work towards is redistribution of resources, right? And to basically call out the governments. So yeah, just contact me. Oh, I didn't say this yet. Information will be on the website, twizzleindustries.com, for if you want the notes about these videos. The next video will be about how we can help the humans be happier in their daily life by using principles from their own people. There's lots of helpful mind tricks that they can do to change their brain chemistry, to be more skillful, to be happy, to be genuinely happy, and to feel connected. Okay, so that will be in the next episode. So I'll see you there. It'll be in about a week or so. Okay, bye.